As you can see, the Autel ADAS Calibration Lab is on the road today because we're going to show you a calibration on a 2023 Buick Envision. Windshield was just replaced. They removed and reinstalled that camera. And of course, since that was done, we have to calibrate it. You might say, hey, whoa, that's dynamic. I don't need to see a video. However, it is always helpful if you've never done one for yourself to see how it's done and to know what to expect and to see how long it should take you so that you may have to alter your driving habits to be able to complete it. Plus, I got a couple other tech tips along the way that you're gonna see that might surprise you. So again, first thing we always need to do is go ahead and get into the system, obviously, and we're gonna do our pre-scan. You can see now, it's asking if you want to scan this QR code right here. Using the tablet's camera to do that, it's going to load some of the features on this car.
Oh, did it grab it?
Yep.
There you go.
Here's the other thing that's kind of unique. You need to know the radio code. And if you don't know where to find that, that could be a real challenge. But same place over here is our build code. This is what the options are for a GM. And if you look in the list, I'm looking for something that starts with an I. Go down your list, it's in alphabetical order. You'll find IOU. That is the radio code for this vehicle. That's important to know. So you select that as well. So a couple things you might not have known or seen or expected for a dynamic calibration. Go ahead and select your ADAS, make sure it's highlighted. That puts all your modules up top on that report. We're gonna do that pre-scan. You'll also be surprised at how long it takes to finally do the last module to scan it. It seems odd and you might wanna try to escape or get out of it or pause it or something, but you gotta let it go through all of the modules. And the last module you'll see takes it a little bit longer than the other modules to finally read the DTCs. Okay, finish. Here's where you could do your digital video inspection if you wanted to, taking pictures, adding any technician notes if you needed to do so. Take a look at your report, make sure you don't have any DTCs related to the work that was done that would assist or cause any problems with the actual calibrations. We selected the windshield camera. We're gonna do that because the windshield was damaged and replaced. They removed and reinstalled the camera. So we have to select what was done, and the windshield was replaced, so go ahead and press OK. Make sure your windshield's clean. Make sure your tire pressure is set to specifications. Once you start this, you cannot restart it. So we're gonna go ahead and get in the car and get driving. Let's go.
Go ahead and get in.
Find yourself a good route that you like to use that can maintain the speed you want with minimal stops and a good amount of signage and lines on the road. Those are all very important things. What can happen is if you start it too early, you're not really ready. There's been reports in the field of the cameras overheating because it's taking too long to calibrate. So you want to make sure as a technician, get yourself where you want to be to start it so that way you can minimize the chance or risk of the camera overheating. The idea is for it to see as much as it can, as quick as it can, and then get itself out of calibration. Go ahead and select OK when you're in a good place that you want to start this. Ignition without starting the vehicle. That's a little bit of an interesting twist that I was not anticipating, that I've never seen before. So turn on the ignition without starting the vehicle. So I'm just going to go ahead and cycle that key. We are in calibration mode. It has started. You can see the service driver assistance system warning is on the infotainment center. You can look at the tablet. It has a progress bar that is running right now above 37 miles an hour. So that can be a challenge sometimes as well without having to stop. So kind of know your area so that you can maintain the speeds that the vehicle is requiring. We know most dynamic calibrations are simple. However, it is still nice to be able to see what it looks like before you do it, especially if you haven't done it. It's also nice to know some of these tech tips, such as the lanes, what we're looking for, the speeds, the radio code, where to find that. So these are all things that may help you complete this quickly. Again, we're only about 2 minutes into it and we're almost completed because I've picked the right area to do it. If yours taking too long, you may need to adjust where you're driving. It's telling me now to go ahead and turn the ignition off. So pull over somewhere where you can turn the ignition off. Press next. And wait 10 seconds, but it'll go really quick with editing on videos. Turn the ignition back on. Remember with GM, you got to hold it for 3 to 5 seconds. You can see right now the calibration was completed successfully. Now, of course, with any calibration that you do, you want to make sure you test drive it, make sure the system is operating as designed before you return it to the customer, and of course, do that post-scan so that you can give your customer a copy of the report that shows pre-scan, post-scan, and of course, the calibration was completed successfully. Make sure you're checking out more of these ADAS calibration videos. We have quite a bit that we offer for Autel so that you can do these in your shop today. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next calibration.